offer biblical strategies for effective teaching. Thank you for joining me tonight. And I have a very special guest, Mariano Martinez, here to offer his insight on education from another perspective. How are you today, Mariano?
Doing great, Miss Ronette. How are you?
I am fantastic, really.
Thank you.
Soon as
Thank you for
that
having me.
camera comes on, record, I'm just excited. I get that extra energy.
I hear that. That's an excellent thing. Yes, yes.
So I just want to ask, because
Hmm.
I'm very interested in what you do. Uh I have thoughts on the arts in schools because they've taken arts out of most,
Yes, they have.
I'm going to say urban districts. I don't know what
Hmm.
we call these days. And so I'm really interested in dance and music, all in the school. So just tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Mariano Martinez, and I help schools, nonprofits, and youth organizations create engaging, impactful, and transformative dance programs. So within that, I have created my curriculum. So, and within the curriculum, I put in SEL. So not only do I prepare them for their performance on the stage or, what have you, I also prepare them for the performance called life using dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so you said something about SEL. So
Hmm.
you do incorporate social emotional learning within the
Learning.
dance.
Exactly.
How does
Correct.
that
Within the
work?
curriculum. So what happens is the youth need to, the way that I do it and the way that I structure it is we incorporate them and we allow them to have a say and have a voice, right, within the creative process. So we start off with what is dance, and then how to listen to music from a choreographic perspective, and then teach them the elements of what choreography is. And then also, once they learn all of these things, numbers, counts, how to count the music, how to listen to it from a choreographic perspective, it's like, okay, now what, you have a 1 minute piece to create. What story do
Oh,
you want to tell? What perspective do you want to come from? And then they start to, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I like this, I like that. Okay, fine. Now let's find the music that goes with the mood that you're trying to set and the story that you're trying to tell. So once we do that, that's where the social emotional learning aspect of it happens, because now they
uh-huh.
have a voice, now they have a say, now they're, even if they cannot verbalize it, you know, vocally, they can show it through movement. So they can still get their story out, they can still get their feelings out, but now they're doing it through
Yeah.
movement. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hear you every morning. Every single morning I hear you. But I didn't hear it like that. I
Hmm.
I have experience where the Princeton Ballet comes to, well, a school I used to work at, the
Okay.
district, came
Okay.
to all the third graders, but they would teach, just say the theme is Disney or something. So all the third graders across the district are learning a particular dance for their
Okay.
school, right?
Okay.
And then they
Hmm.
get together and have a performance, have a recital. But it was the teachers with their dance, with their own choreography, and the students just followed along. So that's what I'm thinking. I didn't
Hmm.
think we were
Hmm.
teaching training choreography.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
And giving them a voice through movement.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's not even
Yeah.
your voice, it's their voice.
It's their voice.
That's
Hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, it's their voice. And this is why it's transformational, um, engaging, and basically life changing because of those elements that I put in.
It
Hmm.
is because you know how you grow. Well, it's part of your life. But you
Correct.
know how you get some kind of training as a kid, where somebody comes to offer their insight and offer a way of, I won't say escape, but a way
Yeah.
to look at life from a different angle.
Angle. Hmm.
Let kids be kids. That's
Hmm.
me. Let children be children.
Yes.
Give them a block in their lives that they could be kids. So
Yes.
that they never forget that.
No,
I
they
never
don't.
forgot that.
They
Yeah,
don't.
I love that. So
Thank you.
how does it work with the schools? You just offer your services, they look for
Yes.
you. How does that work?
So I have a system, and anyone wants to get into it or look for it, it's youthempowermenttroughDance.com. So www.youthempowermenttroughDance.com. That's the website. And that's the site that gives all the information as to what it is, how I run my program. And if they want
Mhm.
to book a call with me, they can book a call and talk about, we strategize us getting into their schools and into their nonprofits
Okay.
or the youth organization. Yeah.
So what if I'm personal? Because I saw you had something for a Sweet 16. But if it's personal and I want the Sweet 16 group, I don't know what they're called.
Court.
The
court.
What if I want them to do a dance or whatever? I know they have the what is the other thing that my niece was in where it's the debutantes?
Yes.
And they come together. Do you do how does that work?
I do all of that as well. Okay, so yep. If they want that service, it's at www.dancemysweet, the number 16, 16.com. So dancemysweet16.com. And what I do is I go in and basically get the court together, right? So you have the court and, you know, and so I come in and I speak to the parents, let them know what it is, you know, my methodologies and stuff like that. And so I create the choreography. However, it's not just the choreography that I create within the rehearsal process. So it's a 12 to 16 week, usually 12 to 16 week rehearsal process. And within the rehearsal process, I'm infusing time management, team building, alter ego building, and performance techniques so that they can not only shine the day of, but also shine throughout life. So it's an entire program that I even infuse into the rehearsals for the quinceañeras and Sweet 16s. So everything for me, the overall umbrella is youth empowerment through dance. How many different ways can I find to empower the youth using dance? And that's how I got the quinceañeras and Sweet 16s, which was where I started, and then you know, built a curriculum and pitched it to the schools, and they love it.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not in charge of bringing people. And so, where are you located?
I'm located in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm located in New York. However, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just talking. Go ahead.
So I'm located in New York. However, we also have it where when we speak to the schools, we have basically consultants. Sorry, we have consultants in different locations around the nation, basically. So we're not limited just because we're in New York that we can't provide a service in Chicago or LA or Atlanta. We can still provide the service. And sometimes the school already has a dance instructor. They just need to up level their curriculum and up level their deliverables for that you know, dance program. So we become the liaison between the school and their dance instructor, so that the dance instructor boosts it up to where so the school can get a better deliverable and better outcomes. So often either they have instructors already or we bring instructors in from wherever.
Oh, that's cool. I know we spoke before about it being a ministry. Sounds like a boost of self-esteem, self-confidence.
Yes, you get it.
Yeah, because look, let me tell you, we had a whole full day's workshop with every person in our district. We were at the high school, and they had this little TikTok competition for the schools. Now, when you get a certain age, your back don't work like it's supposed to work, right? So they told us we had to learn this little that Beyonce dance thing. It used to be Prince's in the beginning. Yes. Remember Prince had that, right? Do you know that, right?
Oh, you remember that? You know that? Yes, that was Prince.
Video.
Yeah, okay.
I saw the video prior, but then somebody pointed it out. And I'm like, oh yeah. So we had to do that. And I said, no, I'm not going up there because I couldn't go to the left, to the right. No, you give me some kind of stepping, but the dance, my back is not doing what you're supposed to do. So that confidence level wasn't there. Had I practiced, I would have been
shining. That's right. That's right. I hear you.
So I get it. I love that.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And so then this is why, you know, again, it becomes transformational because we're not just teaching them how to show up the day of the performance. We're teaching them how to show up through the performance called life.
So, I get it.
Yeah.
Because that does, when you learn how, just say you learn how to speak. You learn how to speak, you're going to be able to speak wherever you go. Learn how to dance.
Yes. And have that confidence and transform it into, you know, like you said, a vocal presentation or a vocal speech or something, you know, something where you have to present vocally. Now you have the confidence to go up there and do it.
So with that
Mhm.
confidence, do you get students coming who their parents want them in the program and they not necessarily want to be, and then you watch them go through that transformation?
Yes, it
Has
has.
that happened? Yeah.
That
How?
has happened. I love
How
it.
it?
So sometimes it happens in the quinceañeras and sweet 16s. A lot of times it happens there because within the quinceañeras and sweet 16s, those youth, they're not dancers. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of, you're having an event and, Auntie such and so said you got to be in it. And, this is the cousin of such and, and so the family comes together or the friends, and it's like, the youth are in it because the parents said so. A lot of them don't want to be there. But then once we start going through the whole thing and I do the first icebreaker and show them that, you can make this happen and you can be a part of this
Mm-hmm.
team. And, we're here and this is a safe space. They begin to open up and open up and open up. Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm grown. See, if I was a teenager, I would be like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. If maybe if I was with my friends, it's different. So when
Uh-huh.
you're with your friends, you're like you're clowning.
Yeah.
You can have fun together. But how do you get them to decide what mood they want to be in, for what mood they want to bring out in the dance? I know
Mm-hmm.
quinceañera, they might want to be that upbeat. Some might want to
Mm-hmm.
be smooth with it. How do you
Mm-hmm.
bring that out of them?
So again, it depends on what style they want and everything. But to get the youth to open up, I start off with an icebreaker, right? From the very first day. We start off with a ball toss. And so there's a couple of rules with the ball toss. One, you have to remember who you're getting the ball from, who you're tossing it to. Keep everything in the same rotation. If the ball drops, you have to start all over again, right? Now, the main caveat to it also is once you get the ball in your hand, you have to say your name. So
Oh,
now they're tossing the ball, they're saying their name, tossing to the next person, saying their name, da da da. Once we get that going, and sometimes it takes maybe 2 or 3 rounds for everybody for it to go around without falling, right? So now they got the rhythm of, okay, I need to throw it to her this way, or I need to catch it from him this way, or I need to do it this way with this person. So now they're learning each other, right?
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, now they're learning each other. Then once we get that cycle through, then I spin it a different way. So now you're gonna say the name of the person you're throwing it to.
Oh, okay.
So now the name of the person they're throwing it to, sometimes they'll be like, but I don't know her name. Well, what do you have to do? What's your name? You see? So now
Yeah,
they're building this rapport, and it's like now they're
yeah.
getting to know each other. Now they know each other's name. Go, boom, toss, 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 toss. They get that round down. Throw in one more round where it's like, okay, throw the ball again at the person, say the name of the person you're throwing it to. They catch it. Then I throw a second ball into the game.
I was about to say,
And
where's the
yep,
second and third
yep.
ball? Because I played that game.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
So I throw in a second one. Here you go, boom.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, oh my God. Nah, nah. But I showed them right from the very beginning, you started off thinking that you were not going to accomplish this, but you did.
Yeah.
So right from the very beginning, they have a win. They won right on the very first day. Once they win, it's like, okay, we can do this. And anything, and I encourage them again, if they're, as we're moving and everything like that, remember, y'all didn't give up on the ball toss. Y'all got that. So I think I can get this too. And they're like,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. So, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. So
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I do, especially just so that even if they don't do anything but build a rapport with a group of people.
Yep.
Because once you learn how to do that, you're going to be able to communicate with anybody wherever you go.
Wherever
because
you go.
They're not necessarily your friends.
Right.
They're your friends' friends, your friends' cousins.
Right.
But you'll know how to communicate with whoever.
Communicate, yep. Work as a team. What is the goal? Stay on track for the goal. All of that. Everything. Yeah. They begin to learn all those skills. Yeah. Thank you.
But still,
Uh-huh.
I'm communicating with my people, right? I'm communicating with these people I just met, and we're good. Now it's my turn to present a step, to come up with something. How do you bring that out of them?
Right. So now we go into the warm-up. And from the warm-up, I start off basic movement just to see what their bodies can do. I begin to increase the warm-up. A lot of times I already know what music I'm using beforehand. So
Mhm.
I'll incorporate a lot of pieces of the choreography. I'll take a 4 count, turn it into a 16 count. And so now they're moving. And so now I'm looking and seeing if they can catch these steps. And if they can,
Oh
then
yeah.
okay, we're taking a choreography. Yeah. So it's not, they don't have to ever really come up with anything unless sometimes there's some in the group that are dancers or they can
Oh
pick it
yeah,
up like
yeah.
this. And so it's like, I'll pull them to the side. Can you do me a favor? Listen to this music. And what do you think? What movement you think will come out of that? Da, da, da. And now it's like, oh, they'll be like, oh, we could do this. So we could do, okay, boom. Okay, perfect. And now I'm incorporating again their ideas.
Oh, so basically you find out what they're comfortable what their
Mm-hmm.
comfort level
Mm-hmm.
is,
What they,
and then their even their talent level. I don't know what you
yes.
call that in
Yeah.
dance.
And their skill
Skill level.
level, their comfort level. And then
Mhm.
I use their strengths to play up the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that
show them
sounds
what their
good.
strengths are. Mm-hmm.
So what's the youngest? What's the youngest?
The youngest I've ever worked with in a quinceañera or even in a school was 5 years old.
5.
5. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact, like I told you, the Princeton Repertory Ballet from Princeton, New Jersey.
Yeah.
They
Uh-huh.
go to, it's a fee. The New Brunswick will get a grant or something, and they do third graders. They could do others. Some of them they incorporate stories,
Mm-hmm.
storytelling with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works because I never saw it, but that's
Mm-hmm.
something that they offer.
Offer.
But
Uh-huh.
I really love the fact that they went to all the third graders across the district. I don't know if this is an idea. And
Yes.
then they do a recital, just say in May,
Uh-huh.
with the
With
schools going.
mm-hmm.
All the schools come. Just we hear they do that at the State Theater, but we have high schools, wherever
I
that you
love
don't have
that.
to pay for.
There's an
That's a good idea.
agency. Yeah, I love that idea. There's an agency that I work with here in New York that I'm looking at, and I spoke to them already. Like, I'm looking at the schools that you guys are placing the program in. Let's have one full day. There's actually 2 agencies I want to do the same thing with.
Mhm.
Let's have a day where we all the schools come together and we're performing, showing, the
Yeah,
piece. Yep.
I mean that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And not only it was during gym time.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of when you go, how you do it after school
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do after school, depending on what the school
with the
wants
school.
and what their allotted time is. Sometimes we're inside of the school day, and then
Mhm.
often we're in the after school.
I love it. I try to bring it to my school when I
Thank you.
talked to them, and they said the ballet, they
Mm-hmm.
showed me their fee, and I said, well, I had New Brunswick paying for that. They're doing
Mm-hmm.
it year after year. The school districts talk about they don't have money, but then she said there's grants out there,
Yeah.
and that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't look past that because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know until last night how to apply for grants.
Yes.
How it
Right.
works.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't do it. I thought I need help all the time. You think can't do this because I need this person. But I'm
Ah,
loving this. This is a minister.
yeah.
You just minister to me. Like
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
give me some music.
Yes, let's go. And like, yeah, and the whole thing with first and foremost, I love what you're doing, and I fall in line with it because, like, we briefly spoke. My company is J Dove Productions. A dove is a messenger of peace,
Yeah.
serenity, of hope. So I got the name, and so J comes from the fact that people know me as Junior. I have my father's name. So they know
Oh,
me as
okay.
Junior. So that's where the J comes from. And again, the dove, serenity, peace, those attributes. And so a friend of mine, when I was thinking of the name for the company, he was like, J Dove. And I'm like, what are you talking about? J Dove. And I'm like, huh? Well, so he breaks it down. He's like, well, we call you, we know you as J or Junior. And you're always, your nature is peaceful and serene like a dove. And I was like, oh, I like it. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna run with it.
That's that anointing. Yeah.
And then
you don't have to be afraid. This is educated
this is right.
warrior.
Yeah, no, exactly, which I love. And so, and I love that you're doing this podcast because we exist, and there's a lot of educators within the school system. You can't speak the Bible and X, Y, and Z and all that stuff like that inside the school, but there's a lot of us who know why we're in that school.
Yeah,
we know what we're doing. So my thing, so for me, it was like, I was told many years ago, maybe maybe about 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
that my company was a ministry. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's not. I'm just dancing. I don't know what you're talking about. I knew the impact that I was having on the youth, but as a ministry, I was like, nah, it's not. As time went by,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I get emotional. And then the youth that I've worked with back then are now self-reporting, oh my God, I was going through so much in high school, and the only thing that saved me was your dance class.
Dance.
I did not, I did not, everything else was going wrong, but I was always fine in your dance class. And everything just came together in your dance class. Or I was allowed to not think about anything else and just let it out by dancing. And when I saw it, I was like, it is a ministry.
It
Like,
is. It is,
so
because
I'm proud of that.
yeah, you have to
I'm
be.
proud of the
And
fact that
you
it's a
have to
ministry.
know that you're serving,
Mhm.
that's part of ministry, and then it's transforming.
Mhm.
So that is what makes it ministry. I
Mhm.
mean, and then you take this, you let God work through you,
Through me, yes.
because you're just a
Yes.
vessel. You
Yes.
see my vessel. That's
Yes,
it.
yes.
That's the vessel. I
Yes,
talked
yes.
about that. You're just a vessel.
Yeah, I'm just a vessel.
So
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
you pour out, God's gonna keep on filling you up.
Yes.
And it's gonna,
Yes.
I mean, I love what you're doing.
Thank
That
you.
it is, I have teachers. I'm a part of the members of NJEA and New Jersey Educators Association.
Okay.
Plus, we have a smaller group, which is not small at all, members of color. So those people, not so much that they are subscribing, but they are watching. And then they always see me, and I post my videos there. I went to a meeting the other day. Ladies, I said, you look familiar, because I know it from there, but not in person.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, you that oil lady. So people see it. People are watching what you do. People are now, I reposted a video. I think 40 something people watched it again on Facebook, commented. They didn't comment the first time, maybe two people.
Right. And that's exactly, yeah, that's how they do it.
And so I mean,
it's getting around.
ministry, where you think this is not a ministry, but it's ministering to somebody. Somebody is, and you might have to post it again, like I did the other. I mean, this is the same video.
Yeah.
And I do one every week, but this is the same one. And then people are commenting, keep up the good work. You're helping us. You're making a difference. So we think we're not making a difference. Ooh, this says 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes left. We think we're not making a difference, or we know we are, but we don't know the impact that we're actually making. So
right.
I see you every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning, and you think you don't. You say who you are and what you do. I get it. It just sometimes, like I said, we're not ready. But then I'm getting it the whole time. Now I got it more.
Yeah.
So I'm loving what you're doing.
Thank
just
you.
Tell us. We got 10 minutes is a long time. But if you want to have anything else you want to tell us about your ministry, what you do, how did you get started? Really fast.
Yes. So this is the great part. Also, I always loved dancing. I started off as a freestyle dancer here in New York at Coney Island, Ashland Park. We as a battle dancer, a street dancer. From there, like I was always a freestyle dancer, battles, winning battles, had, as part of a group and all that stuff like that. But it wasn't until undergrad, when I got to college, that I was given an opportunity to choreograph. So I had joined a group called the Rising Stars, the organization called the Rising Stars there at Medgar Evers College. And from there, I had, again, an opportunity to choreograph, because the choreographer that I wanted to work with from the prior year, after I'd seen a show that convinced me that I needed to be a part of this group, that choreographer wasn't there that year. So I decided, okay, I'll choreograph. And it was my first time choreographing, but I took my shot at it. No problem. Then a few months after that, a cousin of mine asked me to help her with her Sweet 16. She knew that I danced and all that stuff like that. So she asked me to help her. I said, okay, no problem. Helped her. It was 8 guys, 8 girls. The following year, another cousin asked for help with her Sweet 16 as well. So this time, though, she had 16 girls and 16 boys. So I said, there's no way I'm doing this by myself. So I invited a friend of mine, Denise, to help me. I said, listen, would you be interested in working this, choreographing the Sweet 16 with me? It's 16 girls and 16 guys. She said, okay, fine, no problem. 32. She worked with all the girls. I work with all the guys. When she showed me the choreography that she was going to show the girls, I was like, that's fire. I need to step my game up. So I did, right? And I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to show the guys. Boom. Lo and behold, we rehearsed, the whole, it was 16 weeks of rehearsal. We rehearsed and everything. When we got to the day of the event and the people saw it, within 15 seconds of the choreography, the crowd, the guests were just screaming, and they had not ever seen anything like that before. And it was like, oh my God, what's going on here? And then when the guys started performing, they were really like, guys are dancing? Like, what is going on? Oh my God. And so right after that, 3 girls approached us immediately after, the performance was done. Oh, my sister's having a Sweet 16 in a few months. How much you charge? And I was like, oh, we don't. Oh,
that's right.
Said, hold on.
Yeah, I just did this.
Spoke to my partner, right? I spoke to my partner at the time. We was like, okay, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Da. Gave them a price. They said okay. Their mom said okay. Got that one. Then from there, we just more and more and more. I think that one year we did about maybe 9 or 10 from the same group.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it was like back to back. This one's having a Sweet 16. Okay, this one. Okay, I need this. Okay, I need choreo for this one. Okay, we got. So we just, we're doing it, and the company grew from there, and it kept growing. Then I got into working after school programs. At the time. Yeah, we got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Then I got into working after school programs. Going from this one to that one, and they knew me, and then I was working at one, and was working all of their groups. Then started going from that one to another site and things like that. And then once, so that's now fast forward, once the pandemic hit, it was like, we're in-house, we're doing everything through Zoom. Okay, no problem. I already worked this out. Even the Sweet 16 that I did through Zoom, because I had already known how to do it because I had to do a Sweet 16 in Florida back in 2013. I did a Sweet 16 in Florida. So what I did, I had a system for that. So once this whole pandemic thing came, I was like, all right.
You're ready.
Yeah, I was ready. But we had to go back into the schools the following year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, you know what? Let's see if I can expand this thing. I'll reach out to them, and I'll reach out to the schools, let them know, I'm not available to go in, but I have staff that I've trained, and they know everything that I do, how I do it, my system, my formula, my curriculum, and I'll send them in. They started biting one by one. But I was like, oh my God. Okay, perfect. And so now this is how, from a quote unquote hobby to a full-fledged service of Quinceañera Sweet 16s. We got ebooks, we have courses, we have everything, any and everything that they need for providing dance. Again, how many different ways can I find to use dance as a youth empowerment tool?
I know.
Yes.
I mean, just for simple things, just for self-esteem. It doesn't even have. I've taken dance lessons with just me and my daughter. We went taking that transformed, just even if it was for a little while.
Yes,
made a difference.
It makes a difference. And, it makes a difference.
So okay. So again, I mean, thank you for agreeing to come.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
When I post this, I want to make a little note, because I have that Facebook group. And I'm gonna let them know you're available. So people go to their schools, and we want this.
Thank you.
We want dance. We want arts back in our schools.
Yes.
So
it is very important. It's very vital. So
tell us how we can get in touch with you, Mariano.
Yes, absolutely. So you can go to my website, which is www.youthempowermenttroughDance.com. YouthempowermenttroughDance.com. If you want Quinceañeras and Sweet 16 work, you can go to www.dancemysweet16. That's the words, and a number 16.com. All right. Also, follow me on Instagram at JDub Productions, and you can just click the link in the bio. All the links are there. Courses, ebooks, everything is there.
Okay, thank you again. I love you.
Thank you, Miss Ronette. Thank you.
So again, everyone, thank you for joining Educators with Oil. I am your hostess, Mariano, here to offer biblical strategies for effective teaching. We have a new strategy dance. That's going to help relax you as a teacher, relax your class.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Sometimes I dance around my class with my students. They think I'm crazy.
Absolutely, but that's what you gotta do. Yep.
So again, thank you. I appreciate it.
Likewise.
Thank you. So again, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
All right, bye, y'all.